is Nina Burns. Thanksgiving break starts next week, and for some, it may last until next semester.
The University of Illinois is preparing for Thanksgiving break. Many lowerclassmen are enjoying their last few moments on campus this semester. Though finals are just around the corner, university housing will close down after Thanksgiving break. A resident of FAR, Katie Southern, prepares to head back home.
So our last day is the 21st. We're required to move out by 3 p.m. I've also seen a lot of students who are moving out all of their stuff now because they're not sure if we're coming back for spring. There's a lot of uncertainty.
Southern says FAR halls are becoming more vacant as residents prepare to move out. Due to COVID-19 restrictions, freshmen have experienced dorm life differently in comparison to previous years. Signage is pinned on nearly every wall, reminding students of new restrictions.
I also know that if you elected to not live in this semester because of COVID, they had a form, a waiver for that, but they're also now saying if you don't come for spring semester, you will be required to live in university housing sophomore year.
Students who are considering staying home for the spring semester could still face a hefty charge. The university stated that students who cancel housing contracts can be liable up to 75% of their original cost. Some sororities are following the university housing's footsteps and will close after Thanksgiving break. The Alpha Delta Pi sorority house recently came to an agreement with its members.
We were initially supposed to completely shut down, but we had this huge discussion about it. So they came to an agreement that if you have something required, like an internship, you can come back. But most people are going home. So other than that, we're shut down until next semester.
Though parts of campus will shut down after this week, classes will return after the break. All classes will be held online until the semester concludes.
Governors across the nation are preparing for the possible spike in COVID-19 cases after Thanksgiving. As the holidays approach, COVID-19 cases continue to spike across the nation. On Saturday, there were more than 100,000 COVID-19 cases reported in the United States. Experts say the spike will only increase after Thanksgiving. Holiday traveling means it's even more important for people to wear masks and wash their hands regularly. Many state governors are trying to contain this expected spike with new regulations. Chicago's tree lighting tradition will continue despite the pandemic. The lighting of Chicago's Christmas tree usually draws a large crowd. Instead of creating a mass gathering in Millennium Park, the city has decided to host the ceremony virtually. The festives will take place 30 minutes online and will be available for viewing from the comfort of your own home. Starting Friday, groups of 10 or less can see the tree in person. Walmart is making it easier to get your very own Christmas tree. The company is now delivering Christmas trees to people's front doors. This option is available nationwide along with their light decorating options. During Illinois' football games, it's tradition for the student section, Block I, to perform a series of card stunts at halftime. UI7 Live's Brad Zimmerman says they plan to keep the tradition going through the pandemic. Block I's leadership team came up with the new way to perform the stunts this football season.
Welcome to halftime in historic Memorial Stadium.
Block I's card stunts are one of the oldest and most recognizable features at Illinois football games. The student section has been performing them since 1926, and in their current configuration, the stunts involve more than 1,800 students in Memorial Stadium's north bleachers. Block I always performs card stunts at halftime, no matter how big or small the crowd is.
They're pretty cool. They're one of the longest traditions in college football history. They're kind of like a great opportunity to keep the students engaged, especially in a halftime show. I just think it's something that people enjoy, especially our alumni and students, and I think everyone involved.
But this football season, the north bleachers are empty during games. The COVID-19 pandemic has led the Big Ten Conference to close its competitions off from the public. Even though students aren't allowed to attend the games, Sullivan and card stunt designer Caitlin Basden were determined to keep the stunts going.
So it was just important for students to see that, just because Block I can't be in the North End Zone together this year, we're still going to do everything we can to keep those traditions alive.
For Illinois' home games this season, Sullivan, Basden, and student volunteers called Blockheads are taking a different approach. Instead of thousands of students physically holding up the cards, the Blockheads are taping the cards to the bleachers for a single game-long stunt.
We decided it'd be really cool to kind of like fill in the stands and kind of make it feel more like normal. I think we wanted to help represent the student section in any way we can, and I feel like that was our best way of doing so.
Block Eye's whole purpose is to support the team. Having this stunt in the north end zone where we normally would be is ideal because then the boys can like physically see that we are there supporting. I think it would have been super cool for the boys to see that as they're actually playing.
In addition, Block Eye performed some socially distanced card stunts at a student watch party for the season opener against Wisconsin.
So I had it set up where people were sitting in groups of like 8 to 10 people. Each group had all the same color for each stunt. It spelled out smaller things than we normally would in the north end zone, but it got the point across. And just like seeing how happy people were to be a part of the card stunt is the reason why we did it.
Thanks to both the planning and the effort of everyone involved, Block Eye's card stunts persevered through the COVID-19 pandemic.
That's all we have tonight for On UI7 Live. I'm Nina Burns. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow all of our stories on vimeo.com/UI7Live.